Miss Reels, how you doing?
I'm good.
I'm Ben Watson with ADP.
Lacey, nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Hi, I'm Valerie.
Lacey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Lacey.
Well, when we have our first meeting with a potential customer, the initial meeting usually takes about 15 minutes. Is that still okay with you today?
Perfect.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
great.
great.
When we were looking at your LinkedIn, we noticed that you worked at a Baylor Family Health Center.
Yes.
And that's interesting. What location were you at?
I was in Waxahachie.
Okay, well, my aunt worked in East Texas location for like
Okay.
15 years,
Okay,
so I was
cool.
going to say small world.
Yeah, seriously, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Awesome, yeah.
I was just wondering, when you worked there, were you considering a career in medicine at the time?
No, I knew someone else that worked there, and she kind of just got me a job for this. So
That's
it worked.
great.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, because I knew when I came into Baylor for my education, I thought about going pre-med,
Yeah.
first of all, but then realized science wasn't for me.
Yeah.
So I decided I could really use my passion to help others in a business sense. So that's why I love sales and really just love my job at ADP right
Perfect.
now.
Awesome. Yeah.
Great. Well, after doing some research on PLS logistics, we really noticed some key similarities between PLS and ADP. Just like you serve your customers by relieving them of that logistics network issues, ADP works hand in hand with our customers to alleviate them from the burden of payroll processing. So that's what we really look forward to doing, and allowing just our customers to focus on their core competencies. So do you see how this could add value to PLS during this time of growth?
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Well, before we get into the logistics of the meeting, we know you let us come in the office, let us come in the door for a reason. So we would love for you to help us set up an agenda for today. Generally, we have some questions that we ask to get a better idea of the company situation and try to match a product to you. And then we give a brief demo. Would you like to add anything, or would you think of anything that you want to see today?
No, that sounds good.
Okay. So, we'll hop right into the questions then.
Perfect.
So from our research, we noticed that Scott Boyer usually assists you in making some of the payroll decisions, and we were wondering if there's anyone else that would need to be involved in a second meeting if we were to move forward.
Yes, so there's Scott Boyer, who's the EVP, Vaughn, he's the VP of HR,
Okay.
Leah Boyle, she's the Director of HR, and then Nick Truens, he's the CFO.
Okay, great. Have you had any prior experience with ADP?
No.
Okay. Well, we've noticed that PLS is currently growing year over year, 9%, and that you're trying to move from 565 to 625 employees in just 2 short years. So what does that look like from your side of the desk in the recruiting end?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Trying to hire as many people as possible. I mean, as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then, how familiar are you with the payroll process at PLS?
Not really that familiar at all.
Okay.
Well, do you know what system that PLS is currently using?
They're using an internal-based, like paper-based system.
Okay.
Okay.
So they don't currently have any software-based?
No, not that I know of.
Well, we came in the office and we were thinking about it, and we're so happy to meet with you, but we were wondering what would make this process a win for you? What would make this a success for you?
Definitely something that's effective, reliable, accessible. I mean, we don't want anything that's going to shut down at any moment. And
Yeah. So if this looks good in the company's eyes, then it's going to look good on your end too.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Great.
Definitely. And then when you bring on a new hire, what responsibilities do you have in that process in relation to HR?
I help HR set up the new hire orientations and things like that. So I help print out all the paperwork that they have to fill out. Like I said, help organize the new hire orientations while HR is running them. So they do it like over a teleconference thing, and I sit in there and make sure that they're doing it all right. And then I have to like scan their documents back and then mail them. So
Okay.
it's just a small part of things.
So I'd like to ask a few more questions about the role. I know you said you weren't extremely familiar, but you had that paper-based system, and I was wondering if there's ever been any shortcomings with the paper-based system. Have you ever had any problems with that, or maybe received a check that was wrong?
No.
No? Everything's been working fine? Okay.
Do you know if anyone has had any issues with it being paper-based at all?
I know that, I mean, it would be less effective with the growing locations, but other than that, I haven't heard anything.
Okay. Thank you.
So now what we like to do is give you that brief demo. We'd like to show you a little bit of what we have to bring for what we want to show later. I mean, hopefully the goal of today's appointment is to gain a second appointment and hopefully get, Scott, Bob, Leah, and Nick into here so we can give them a huge umbrella overview of what ADP has to offer. But we want to give you a brief overview of what we're going to bring to them in that second.
Perfect. Yeah.
Before I go into the demo, I was going to summarize what I think we've learned so far as well. Right now, currently PLS is using the paper-based solutions for payroll, and so you're looking for something that's a little bit more effective when you're going into a growth phase, possibly something that's more accessible, definitely something that's reliable as well. And then we know, as Ben said, that we're going to need to set up a second meeting and show all this information to them as well. So we'd like to give you the brief overview first in the demo. And if you have any other questions during the demo, feel free to ask me, or anything that you think really would stand out to the other people in the next meeting, feel free to let me know.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome.
Great. So first, I would just like to give you a little bit more information on ADP itself. See if I can turn it for you. ADP is one of the largest provider of business processing solutions and then cloud-based solutions as well. We have over 400,000 of our customers that are growing businesses just like PLS. And then 1 in 6 U.S. workers is paid by ADP. So today we're going to show you the Run Mobile ADP app. This is our application that we think would fit best with the growing business like PLS.
Okay.
So the application itself can be easily accessed on smartphones, tablets, so it's very accessible. I know you said that's something that you're looking for as well. Also very mobile, so I know with the growth phase going on that being able to have this on different devices will allow the payroll department to grow with the company. So first I wanted to help you get involved as well. If you could go ahead and click on the payroll button right here, and then resume weekly. And this page right here, I know you said everything's paper-based right now. Something else that you might be interested in is the direct deposit option. We have that option on the ADP Run Mobile. So if PLS is interested in that, we can provide that for them as well. Great. And if you could hit resume. So on this page, this shows a list of new hires. So let's say you had a great month, you brought on 30 new hires, and now you're trying to integrate them into the system and working with the payroll department. So while it's very exciting on your end, it also may pose some challenges on the payroll department side while trying to get them into the system. So what ADP Run Mobile allows you to do is to easily view all these new hires, and you can view either those that are paid by hours or those that are paid by salary. So it's all in one easy-to-reach location. Also, you can sort by different categories. So they're all easy to find by name, by their hours or salary. So easy to do. If you want to just click on one of the employees, it shows you a little bit more information about them, shows what department they're in. She's paid by a salary, and then also all these other hours that you can enter in, such as vacation hours, sick hours. So it's all in one easy-to-reach location. Do you see how this will be a little bit more accessible when the growth phase starts?
For sure.
Okay. Next, you could just hit preview and then calculate. And then, okay, this shows you the cash required and all the money that's needed to run the payroll. And if you'll just hit approve, and then approve payroll. And it is as easy as that. That's how simple it is to run a payroll with ADP Run Mobile. So you can see that it's much more accessible, maybe a little bit easier to use than the paper option that they're using right now. Is there anything that you have questions about on this system?
Yeah, so with it being mobile and like an app and everything like that, how do you prevent like hacking and things like that? Because that kind of scares me.
So you're concerned about security?
Yeah,
that kind of thing?
yeah.
Do you do any mobile banking?
Yes.
Okay, so do you feel fairly confident that your money's safe in the mobile banking? So ADP, our servers online are using the same web security, the web encryption, as mobile banking does. And so if you're using mobile banking, this is going to be the same exact servers. And so our information is very locked up tight, and it's never been breached as of since we've been running for 10 years now.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Well, I know you said that it would be great if this system was effective, reliable, and successful, but we were wondering if there was anything that you thought of that maybe Scott or Bob or Leah or Nick would like to see in particular if we were to get to a second meeting.
Definitely those things for sure,
Okay.
and why you think this is better than what we're using now.
Okay.
Like why do you think this would be better than the paper-based system that we're using?
Okay.
And how it can help us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so the next step in this process is we do want to set up that follow-up meeting, and we want to make sure that we can get all the people in the room, and yourself included, back in for a second meeting, so we can give you that big umbrella like I was talking about. Is there a time when all those people are meeting in one place, maybe a board room meeting or something like that, that we could maybe come sit in on and give a brief demo like we did today?
I am not 100% positive.
Okay.
I know that I would have to kind of present it and give the idea to Leah or Nick first, and then kind of go from there.
Okay.
So the process, you might have to go through kind of like a stairwell.
Sure, well, we'd love to work with you, and I know you're excited about this, and I hope you see the benefit here, and so we would love to get something on the calendar to go ahead and get something going.
Yeah.
We'd love to get that down.
Well, y'all want me to refer this to my company and to these people.
Sure.
What do you think, like, the personal branding for me and like how it can help me in the company?
Right. So I know you mentioned that effective, reliable, successful, and I think we showed you exactly what we can bring for you today, and exactly what we're bringing to you. And I think we can really boost your brand personally by you bringing this in and this being a complete success for your company. So
I was going to add. I know specifically you said that you work a little closely with the HR department when you're bringing on those new hires, and I wanted to show you some other aspects. Not only does it work with payroll, but if you're looking for more for you personally, what would help, the HR checkup allows you to find practical information and best practices in your hiring, in your employee record keeping, training and development. I know specifically you said you worked with, so when you click on that, it gives you a list of best practices and information to learn from that. So if you wanted to have a more personal touch when bringing this to your to the people that will be involved in the next meeting, this HR aspect of the payroll process will allow you to see the benefit that it can add on a more personal level.
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yeah, that definitely helps.
Great.
Awesome.
So help us with an idea about how to move forward then. You want to bring this, you want to refer this to the company, but we'd love to get something on the calendar for a time that we can come back in maybe with you and present this to them.
For sure, yeah. So what I would have to do is talk to Leah or Nick, or both of them, see what their calendars look like, and whether they were open to the idea, and if they are, then we can move forward from there.
Okay, so we're going to follow up then in a week.
Okay.
You think that'll give you enough time to talk to them?
Yeah.
Okay,
for sure.
so we'll follow up with you in a week, and we'll see where you're at in the process, and then we'll get a meeting set up for maybe another weekend down the road.
Yeah,
Okay.
awesome. Perfect.
Sounds great. Well, thank you so much for meeting with us today.
Thank you.
And we're excited about the opportunity that our companies have together.
Yeah, awesome.
All right.
I just wanted to, before we leave, give you our business cards
Perfect,
as well. So you
yeah.
want to keep in touch with us.
Thank you.
Thank
During
you.
this process, feel free to let us know if you have any more questions.
Awesome.
Okay,
Nice to
and is
meet
the same
you.
contact information that we got in touch with you?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
great.
that's great.
All right.
Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.